Hi, this is another video again with In Point with Dorin Anghelescu. I don't even know where to start today. There has been so much negative stuff on the internet, and right here with a Trump rally in Arizona, which it seems like everywhere that Trump goes, he brings a disaster. He brings out the worst possible in people. It is like Nazi Germany 1933 all over again. And I had family that ran from there for their lives. This is supposed to be America. But you wonder why, I hate to say it, but I have come to the point where I hate the effing Republican Party and everything that it stands for. Is because you want to know what's going on? You built this. Here, let me show you, okay? You built that.
Holy property, that's what the fuck you doing. You just hold it sign. You're done. You're doing your job real good, man. You're so coward.
I fucked your whole fucking family in my big cock. Get the fuck out of here! Motherfucker! Our country! Proud fucking American! Made in USA, bitch! Made in fucking USA! Don't fucking cook my burrito, bitch! Don't fucking make my tortilla, motherfucker! And build that fucking wall for me! Trump! I love Trump! Fuck you! I love my country! Yeah! I'll fuck like at least 10 of you up in one fucking time, you fucking pussy! Come on! You're lucky all these cops are here, bro! Yeah! You're fucking... Hey! Come on!
My video is not necessarily the best, and the interference coming through is not necessarily the best either. But GOP, you have spent the last 35 years creating this hate. You made this. And now you dare to complain about the House Democrats sitting in on the floor trying to pass some sort of gun legislation. What has happened? 20-something children, victims in Newtown, were killed, and you did nothing. Dylan Roof, a homegrown, bred, right-wing Christian, walks into a black church where they invited him to lunch and get to know the love of God, and he sat there for an hour. What was he picking out targets? Deciding who he's going to kill first? Because he says that on his own Facebook page, or if I remember what, and I'm not going to edit it, okay? I'm done. I'm done playing politically correct. That the world would be better off without the faggots and the niggers. So he just walks in and he shot 9 people. What did they ever do to him? They invited him to come in and sit down and eat and talk about God. And now we have had the worst mass shooting in history in America at Pulse nightclub. And it doesn't matter to you then either. You voted down, Republicans voted down and blocked any kind of common sense gun reform. Look, I support the Second Amendment. I have made videos where I don't know how many times I have encouraged gay and lesbian people, get your self-defense training, get martial arts, get Krav Maga, hand-to-hand combat, learn how to fire a weapon, get a weapons permit, get safety training to be able to handle it properly, and then get the REACT training so you can actually fight for it so it isn't taken away from you if you get jumped by a gang who decide they want to shoot you. And you don't want to lose your own weapon in the process. We have to start fighting back. If we sit by and do nothing where they go after the gay people because they're a soft, easy target, then when are the rest of us ever going to be safe? Do you really think for a minute that if those people in Pulse had been straight white boys, that we would have not heard heads rolling and people screaming to get something done, and there would have been a mass sweep across the USA to round up every gun and every bullet out there. You know it, and I know it. But because it happened to be a bunch of gay people, most of them who were Latino, and quite a few of them who were black, they don't matter. When your society gets to a point where there is anybody in society who does not matter, your society is done. There has never been a bigger tipping point for this country of yours than this current election coming up. I don't know how I can say it anymore. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime. Yes, I know there have been angry people out there, but and they say, "Oh well, don't worry about it. It was Muslims that went ahead and walked into that want to kill all the gay people." Excuse me, there were 21 gay, lesbian, and transgendered people murdered last year right here in America that were not killed by Muslims. They were killed by right-wing Christians who are listening to hate preachers like Tony Perkins of the American Family Association and Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck. And oh, I can't even remember his name right now. I want to say Dr. David Worcester or something. There's no shortage of preachers out there using our Christian faith, my Christian faith, to promote their hate, ignorance, and indifference to other people they consider lesser than them, who they want to convince you are part of the problem, and we'd be better off if we just wipe them out. How many Republicans came in, or they're in Congress, that have said, "Oh, we should have let the guy do his job and just finish it before they shot him"? These are people in Congress. The platitudes that were coming out from Paul Ryan's mouth, and some, "Oh, another sad day for America." You built that. You built that. You built this that is going on. If Muslims are supposed to be the enemy to America and that all Muslims are trash, then what does that make all Christians? Members of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan? It might as well be. What was the man who walked into the Colorado Planned Parenthood, I can't even remember his name now, and decided because of his Christian faith, and he thought they might be aborting babies there, he walked in with an automatic rifle and killed 3 people and sent 7 of them to the hospital. 21 gay people last year were murdered for God. So far, 12 gay people this year have been murdered for God, and that was before the Orlando incident. I am so disgusted with the Republican Party. I never thought I would say this. What happened to you, GOP? You were the party of Abraham Lincoln, who believed that the man was not 3/5 human because of the color of his skin. You were the party of Teddy Roosevelt, who had the balls to stand up to the rich people of the country and tell them that they will not use 8-year-old children for slave labor in coal mines. Those children were to go to school. You were the party of Ike Eisenhower, who believed in the national transportation system and the welfare system to help people get on their feet who would have fallen through the cracks. He also supported school lunch programs, something you're trying to go ahead and cut right now, and dump more children off the school lunch program. Right, those children are really going to learn if they're hungry, aren't they? Whatever happened to you? Were the party of Barry Goldwater, who I didn't agree with everything he said, but at least the man was honest. And he said that gay people and lesbian people have every right to serve their country in the military, and that with honor and distinction, and be open about it. And that women had the right to go ahead and earn the same money for the same job that they were doing as a man. Whatever happened to the party of what did he say? 1964, the Senate Republican Convention of what was it, San Francisco? This was long before I got here. Let me remind you that extremism in the defense of liberty is not a vice. And Modification, no. Moderation in the pursuit of justice is not a virtue. We are not at liberty defending, we are not defending liberty with extremism. It is extremism right now that claims it's fighting for liberty only because it wants to deny certain people that it doesn't deem worthy of their rights. That is not liberty. That is a mess. This country is a mess. And for the first time ever, I am so worried about your nation. I have been rambling on for almost 11 minutes now and trying to figure out how I could even go further. But the truth is, even after 11 minutes, thank you for letting me get this off my chest, but I am at a loss for words. The soul of your country is in serious pain. This is not America. That is not America. We are all human beings. We all bleed red inside. The gay people, they are your brothers and your sisters and your uncles and your friends, just as well as Asian people and Mexican people and black people. And the woman he was yelling at in that video, he had no idea if she came across the border illegally or not. And I'm sorry, you wonder why so many people are coming across the border legally from the South? Maybe it's because the demand for illegal drugs in this country, the hardcore drugs, has turned their neighborhood into a war zone and they're running for their lives. I don't care whether you're a Bernie supporter. I don't care whether you're a Hillary supporter. I do care if you're a Trump supporter. If you are a Trump supporter, you have some serious emotional growing up to do. But it is time now to unite behind whoever the Democratic Party is nominating, and it does not look like it's going to be Bernie. And Bernie, I love you. You're a good man. Don't give up. Your message needs to get out there. I'm glad for your folly. But now is the time to get behind Hillary and kick Trump's butt out and make sure he doesn't get into the White House. Because he already has people in Congress who are running for Congress, like Scott Esk in Oklahoma, and so many others I have lost count. Dr. Ben Carson, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, they have all made a claim and a stake for wanting to round up undesirable people like black people, gay people, lesbians, and Mexicans and put them in effing concentration camps right here in your own country to protect them from the rest of society. There are billboards right now that were running in Tennessee. Oh, vote Trump. Let's make America white again. How do I even begin to respond to that? Republicans, you built that. It's your problem, not ours. And I will not vote for a single one of you in November, including you, Mr. John McCain. You are really tired. You need to go home and take a nap. Okay. Thank you for listening. And let me get this off my chest. I'm done. Dumnezeu să te binecuvânteze și noapte bună. God bless and good night.